What is going on, you beautiful bunch of creators and designers out there? I am Aaron Tatanka with Tatanka Enterprises, and this is Bullish Prints. Now this is probably going to be my first official release on this new channel, this new content area. I do have other channels that I can link down below if you're interested. Actually, I'm going to link them down there below. Anyways, if you're interested, you can check them out. But this is going to be solely 3D printing and relatable things. So a little bit about me in this field is I have the Ender 3 S1 Pro here. It's slightly modified, and an Ender 3 Pro here that is vastly modified. And they both have worked great. I'm a small business owner, so I use these to make products and things around the house and prototype things. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So I've not been in this field for many years like some other 3D printing creators out there, but I was blessed with an amazing opportunity, and I am taking full advantage of it. And I'm also doing my best to share with you because I won this from Creality. I'm pretty sure this is Creality's new K1. These apparently ship assembled, and I'm assuming that's why it's in such a aggressive box. Let me find a tool to pry this open. Alright, I found a screwdriver. This should work to some degree. This is Morpheus, my cat. He's a little nosy, as most cats are, but this is an exciting new thing. So of course he wants to get in on the fun. I mean, wouldn't you? It's kind of why you're here, right? Lift up these flaps here as much as possible. I can honestly say I've never received a package quite like this, which I'm guessing is probably why it sat on hold in so many places for so long. Probably like, this dude's getting a bomb shipped to his house from China. Totally, guys. That's totally what I'm doing. All right, are we ready for the reveal? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab a hammer. If anyone else has received a assembled printer, let me know in the comments if this is the kind of packaging it came in. This is quite aggressive.
2,000 years later.
There she is. Whew. Creality K1. Alright, so it gets relatively easy from here. Now we should just be able to unbox it again. Now, I'll be honest with you, like, I've seen the specs, and I will throw the specs up on screen. This is a fully enclosed system, which is cool, but I thought it'd be bigger. Nice packaging. Let's see. Let me go ahead and clarify again that this is not sponsored. I won this machine in a giveaway from Creality on their social media, so it's legit. Got an after sales service card, qualified certificate, a bunch of cute little stickers. This looks like the lid, but we'll find out. I'm gonna leave that there. Quick installation guide. Might need that. Yeah, because there's some stuff we're gonna have to pull out from inside. Okay, cool. This looks very similar, at least in this, to the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon, which I do not have. Those are expensive. Oh yeah! Now obviously it's not the same size. I believe the X1 Carbon is quite a large unit. This one, not as such. Now they do have a K1 XL, I believe they're calling it, coming out. There's a little piece that could be important there. That is not what this is. This is just the base model. And it's also kind of unfortunate because a lot of the badass tech that makes the K1 series so desirable is only in the XL, or you have to buy them in addition to buying the standard. That seems super lame to me, but like I said, I got this in a giveaway. They didn't send it to me for review, obviously, because this is my first video. They didn't even know I do this. I'm pulling all this stuff out of here. All this packaging that's in here. So that's just packaged. There's accessory box here. They had a cute little pocket up top for the power cable. That's more packing. All right, that's more packing that can go there. Let's see what kind of goodies we have in here. I am not sure. Oh, they sent a little baby spool. Is this still their hyper? So, my contact at Creality said that when you buy this machine retail, you're going to get 2 kilogram spools of their hyper PLA. Well, in this thing is a little 200 gram spool of it. So, I don't know that that's entirely true. And maybe I just got the extra PLA, because of the giveaway. That I don't know for sure. There's a lot of accessories in here. Okay, it's definitely, we're gonna read the instructions time and make sure we don't mess this up. So I did that, now there's something to do. Take out the power cord, yep. Move the chain to one side in direction indicated by the arrow. Take that out, open the door, take that out. I didn't open the door, but we can. Start doing all these peels. Oh boy. Not super satisfying because the keep it together tape kind of pulls it all off. That's alright. Not bad, not bad. Left some gunk on the door that I'm gonna have to peel off. Let's see, this should be a nice one. Ready? You ready? Oh. Ooh, that was a bit aggressive. Don't need to do them all yet. So, in here, touchscreen out of the toolbox and connect the touchscreen to the flat cable extended from the base cord in the figure 8. I'm guessing this is the touchscreen. Sure looks like it. Got another peel. And we're going to connect it here. This looks a lot nicer than the even the S1 Pro that I have, which was a brand new printer not too long ago. That is a, wow, this is extremely delicate cable. It didn't really snap, but it kind of just slides down. Material barrel. This is on the back now. Power. We need to make sure we are on the correct power. There's a huge lesson that I learned with my S1 Pro. Make sure your power supply is switched properly to your supply voltage. Otherwise, weird stuff happens. Weird stuff that is really not that fun. You're very upset with the performance of this, amazing tool that you just invested all this money in. And then it just acts up and doesn't want to cooperate. It's just really not fun, I promise you. Okay, they want power already, so we will supply power. Rails are very smooth and quiet. I just kind of bumped them a bit there. Okay, we got our power cable. Good, clean power. And the power's not on yet. I'll go ahead and use their cute little 200 gram roll. It's got the little mascot on it. It's super cute. I just cut his face in half though. Now I have used and I tested this filament. They're Hyper PLA because they, like I said, they sent me 2 kilogram spools as well with this giveaway. Which, like I said, the person I was talking to was saying that's part of retail packaging for this machine. So I find it interesting that I'm getting 200 grams within the machine and then an extra 2 kilograms on their own out of the blue. No, don't quite know yet. Slide in the tube in the back. And the instructions say slide it in until it stops. I can see it going up here. It's probably just going to push it all the way to the hot end there. And there we are. Okay, it's all top cover. I'm just following the instructions to the T. And this has a gap here for the filament. Okay, cover's on. Suppose we can do these other peels. That one was nice. That's it. I'll get the one on the display here. Looks like there's 2 on the display. Ah, that was nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and power it on. Very pretty. What in the world is this? Looks like another feeder. Comes with a 16 gig USB. English. Thank you. Okay, I will remove the screws. I'm just trying to find the tool. Give me a moment. A nice toolkit here. Alright, I gotta be able to see inside the machine. I apologize. Oh, the little white ones, or silver ones, those are kind of small. Let's remove these 3 screws that I'm fairly certain are only in there to support it during shipping. I like the fan arrangement in here. You'll see a lot of that in the promotional material. Fan arrangement seems okay because there is more than just the one. There's an issue with, I believe, the Bambu Lab and only having the one fan cooling half the parts, which very likely will happen in this one too, just because it's Creality in a way, taking what Bambu Lab made and changing it a bit, making it their own in a way, especially mostly just because it's not as big. It claims to be super fast. I mean, like, ridiculously fast. Okay, those are out. Gonna remove the cover off of the build plate as well. I don't see anything in here, so I don't see the LiDAR and the other thing, I forget what it is right now, that was supposed to make this machine, this, well, it comes with another whole hot end too. Sweet, I appreciate that. That got me really excited about this machine. We're just going to raw dog it. I just pulled that off the build plate, that little protective film. We're going to raw dog it, see what happens. Of course, it comes with tools. Got another pair of the exact same snips, a 10 and a 13 millimeter wrench, part scraper, and that looks to be it. There are some feet on here, which I would like to install. I'll do that later. Welcome to Creality 3D Printer. Please keep the blue cube in the diagram clear of debris. Click OK. Okay, I do it. Oh, I want me to set up my network. All right. Time zone. Okay, now it's wanting me to use their app. Okay. I'm okay with that. I have it already. I just gotta find it now. Name the device. I'm just gonna call it K1 small boy. Before using the camera, please connect the camera. That's what it didn't come with. So I don't have the LiDAR camera, I don't have any of that. It was a bit of a marketing scheme, it seems, because you can't even get them yet. And you're not going to be able to get them until the XL comes out. So we're going to go through this process, and I will come back to you when I see something interesting or it's gone. Wow, apparently the nozzle heated up real quick. Heating up the bed. It's doing a self-check. Oh, I'll get you a better view of it. Can I do it with the door open? I bet I can. That was weird. The light in here is super nice. It just hit the lid. Okay. All of these screws are very well lubed up. I have a grease that I put on mine that works very well. Helps smooth a lot of stuff out, which I will probably end up applying to this as well once the factory applied stuff runs out. It is not moving very quickly right now though. Oh. So this is like it's the little motor that pulls in the filament. Okay. My long-term review for this machine will include the LiDAR and camera, because I most likely will not be buying the XL. I have my eyes set on a different machine at the moment that is more interesting to me. This is a long clog undoer doodad. So while this is doing its thing, this is the K1. Dimensions are 355, 480 millimeters. Weighs about 12.5 kilograms. It's fairly accurate. Max build area is 220 by 220 by 250, which I believe is almost the same as the S1 Pro. Pretty sure the S1 Pro can go up to 270. Don't quote me on that right now. I haven't gone that high in a while. Obviously, it's an FDM. 350 watts of power. The Sprite direct drives. So claims to still have the Sprite extruder, but it doesn't look like the Sprite extruder on the S1 Pro. Input shaping, huh? Heat bed can go up to 100 degrees. Nozzle can go up to 300 degrees Celsius. USB Creality cloud printing, which is kind of exciting for me. And print over LAN. It's got power loss recovery, filament detention, and auto leveling. All right. Now, just like all of these, oh look, another piece of foam. Just like all of these other printers that have been coming out lately, they claim to function better with their own filaments. That's not entirely true on an open filament system like this. Stuff like the Bamboo Lab, and there are some other ones where they have cartridges. Those ones, they intentionally design them to function better with only their filaments. So it's not just because it's intentional. It's no different than Apple. Morb, you are very curious right now, my guy. Handsome man. I'm going to watch the front of this with you guys. So it didn't say anything in the instructions about those feet that are on there, and I definitely want to put those on. That's going to help with vibrations. And I'm going to have to redo all of this when I set it up in its work spot anyways. Definitely want to keep those the resonant things out of your prints. There's some resonance there. It's starting to resonate with the table. So yeah, those isolators are awesome thing to provide. The filament runout sensor is actually the same one that's on the S1 Pro, it looks like. So that's kind of nice. I'm not a huge fan of having to go through the PTFE tube. Because there are issues with those being clogged and all that. But that's more kind of an old school style thing where it's trying to be pushed through instead of pulled through. This is being pulled through. So my hope is that that alleviates that concern. Here we go. It's going to start leveling now. Now I doubt it's going to be as trippy as like a Voron or something. Because those, you can see it do this. Like, it's pretty awesome. And 3D printing nerd has a recent video within the last month or so of him building a Voron, and as cool as that looks and sounds, I don't know that I'm quite ready for that. But man, was it cool. Alright, now we're going to auto level. Now there is an empty plug over there. I'm assuming that's for either the camera or the LiDAR. I'm not totally sure. There wasn't anything else in the instructions. Wow, that was fast. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that is not messing around. Holy cow. We're shooting a little bit here. Oh, wow. That fan doesn't play around either. Okay. Is that the back one on too? I don't think so. Wow. That is aggressive. It's still part of the auto level. This is quite a setup process. This is actually most of the video right now. My camera battery's about to die, so I'm going to go change that. Holy cow. This auto level process is really something else. Sounds cool though. Sounds very cool. Wow. Did you hear that? Did you see that? It moves so quick, it's jiggling the table. Once it's done with this, I'm going to put these feet on. And then we'll see what test prints they provided us on the USB stick. And we'll ship it along. This thing is just outrageously fast, and the number of level locations has improved since the S1 Pro with the CR Touch, BL Touch, whatever the latest well, up until now, the late and most recent generation of their auto level was. Okay, so it claims self-check complete, self-test complete. So what I did is I put those isolators on the bottom that just sits on the feet. Wow, okay, so it's got monitoring. We've got live monitoring, axis movement. Let's home everything. Okay. So it has files on here. All right. It claims to have a 17-minute benchy that says 15 minutes. And we have first layer testing. I am going to go ahead and do this first layer testing and see what that looks like. Wow, that nozzle heats up quick, boy. Sorry, I want to see this as much as you do. Man, this thing just hauls. Okay, now we're going up to 220. It is insane how quickly that nozzle heats up. So you can choose when you pick your print, if it's built in, whether you want to run calibration at the beginning or not. I figured since I moved it and I put it on these isolators, I'll let it, I want to see what the calibration thing is like, and we'll go from there. And then, once this first layer testing is done, I will pull the camera in closer to the machine, and we will see a claimed 17-minute benchy.
A few moments later.
So here's the thing that's happening. You see those little specks everywhere? That is under extrusion. So I tried flipping this little switch on here, and we're still not extruding. So something's up. We are not extruding. Interesting, interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it again. So this little switch here has a lock and unlock. Not sure what it means. But seems to not make a difference. We are simply not extruding. First print, already failing. Okay, so problem solved, I hope. There was an issue with under extrusion. And come to find out, it wasn't just under extrusion, it was no extrusion. So there was nothing coming out of that nozzle. Fiddled around with it, tried a bunch of settings, and I don't know if this is a manufacturing defect or it's just kind of how this works. The only way I got it to work is to pull the PTFE tube out of the hot end assembly and extend it outside of the tube, push it back in, and put your safety clip back in on a little clamp. The instructions just say push it in until it stops. Well, if you do that, at least in my experience just now, it doesn't get it enough into the stepper motor, the gears, to pull it in, because I'm sitting there pressing extrude for quite a while, and it didn't do anything. Thankfully, though, after pulling the PTFE off the extruder, the hot end assembly, extending the filament beyond the end of the PTFE tube, and then pushing it back on, clipping it together, we are now printing. So I'm going to go again with that first layer test, and then I will show you a benchy on this printer. Alrighty, this first layer is looking mighty fine. Now for the benchy. Let's do this. So, depending on how I end up editing this or having to edit it, the full speed clip of this craziness printing the Benchy that's in my hand may have already started. It is a sub 20-minute Benchy, and it is shockingly terrifying and impressive. The cat's playing with the tripod. I apologize. Now, this comes with a caveat. I do not know the slicer settings for this that is being used. I saw the infill was pretty low. It looks to be greater than 0.2 layer height, but I could be wrong. Hold on, let me stop the cat. So layer height seems to be fairly tall, which is fine. We're looking for speed, not quality here. I'm peeling off the brim right now, like the little skirt doodad. The letters underneath are, not amazing. The steam pipe is actually surprisingly good, considering how quickly this is going. And like I said, it is shocking how fast this is. There are some layer deviations near the top of the archways. The steps for the roof are pretty big. The steps going up the front are pretty big. The holes turned out pretty good. The overhangs themselves are pretty good. Like I said, there are some layer deviations, which could be from it being on such a jiggly table. This is not where it's going to stay when it's actually working. And there is some stringing. There isn't a lot, but there is some. So it is genuinely shocking and terrifying watching this thing go. Will I continue to use it at this speed? Absolutely not. I am of the mindset of a car guy. And the higher horsepower and the faster you go, the more often it's going to break. So you build something that is capable of that, and then you tune it down so it is reliable and long-lasting. Now, if these components are actually designed to take the stresses of this just insanely high speed, then going slower will make them last even longer, and the quality should only increase. Another thing I need to say is this machine has not been tuned whatsoever by me. This is straight out of the box. All I did was have to figure out how to get it to extrude, and it's going. There is no bed adhesion applied. The bed, I should say, the build plate, is magnetic, removable, coated in something. I don't know. It's very nice. This is plate A that comes with the machine. It says please apply glue before printing, but it doesn't seem to need any. Everything is sticking beautifully. It is a smooth surface. The other side is blank. So I don't know if they are going to offer double-sided plates like some other manufacturers or not. But this is not. I have the textured PEI sheets on the S1 and the Ender 3 Pro that are currently in the stable, and those are amazing as well, but of course it does leave a texture on the bottom, which some like, some don't. If this keeps working well, I might swap those over to this in some fashion. This also has guide screws in the back, which is beautiful because on those there is none. You just gotta stick it down and line it up. So I have another print going here. This is the cat that is built into the machine. This machine comes with the Benchy, the first layer test, another test, and then this cat that I am having going now as I speak to you while you are watching the live Benchy in the corner. So far, I am very impressed. For the price of this machine and the quality you're getting out of it, the build quality is pretty good. The lid has some damage to, like, I don't know if it's manufacturing or what, but there is definitely some damage to it, which just fine. It doesn't really affect functionality at all. The fact that they give you a nice mini spool of filament is super dope. If they did provide the 2 kilos of filament when buying this machine, that would be amazing, but I don't think so. I think you're going to get this baby spool, this 200-gram spool. Final thoughts, honestly, I cannot compare this to anything other than what I have. So compared to the Ender 3 S1 Pro, as well as the Ender 3 Pro, this so far is blowing them out of the water. Now, I have modified both of those for longevity and reliability. I have smooth, hardened nozzles. I've got cooling fan upgrades, which this hot end looks to be like it's going to have no problems. This is fully enclosed. Those are not. So you can use different types of materials in here with more success. I have printed ABS on the S1 Pro with no problems with it being exposed, but it was running real hot. I know with ABS you do have to run hot anyways, but with this enclosed unit, you might be able to not run it as high and just keep all the temperature contained in the box. This also means you can print nylons and other boutique materials with a little more security, less failure rate. Now, I'm pretty sure this does not come with a hardened nozzle. That's okay. That just means don't print things that are embedded, and don't print materials with anything in them, whether it be wood or other fibers like carbon fiber, fiberglass, anything like that. Do not have embedded filaments in this machine until you find a hardened nozzle. The extra pieces that come with it are nice. Do I wish this K1 standard came with the LiDAR and the camera? Absolutely. I think they should. I don't think that should be an accessory piece, and I don't think it should be exclusive to the XL. That will help push the sales of this machine dramatically. Even if it's an extra, $50 or whatever on the sale price for this machine, it is worth it to me. I believe this is $5.99. I'm not 100%. I will check, and I will put a picture up here as of editing what this price is. I still firmly believe that those features, since they are advertised as the new features and new tech for the K1 flagship series of printers, it should be included with this, not an additional accessory. I can see the cable sitting right there. It would have taken 10 seconds to plug that in and another 10 seconds to bolt it up to whatever it needs to go to. Now, do I recommend the K1? As it stands right now, yes. There's much less tinkering to have to worry about with this, which is nice. I appreciate that. I want to get the machine, and I want it to just work. And this seems to be doing that so far, minus, like I said, the extrusion issue, which I just pulled the PTFE tube off, pushed the filament further out of the end, put it back in. Now there shouldn't be any problems. I will let you know in the extended review for this. With the Ender 3, with the Ender series, there is a lot of tinkering, and I personally feel like that is what those are really designed for. They're not really beginner friendly if you just want to get something that you plug in, you let it do its thing, and then it just goes. That's what I was hoping with the S1 Pro when I got it, because it came with the auto bed leveling and all these other features, but it still has knobs on the bottom that you have to manually level before the auto bed level even happens. And this is a Core XY, which makes the whole printing experience and the quality of the print you're going to get better, more accurate, and just nicer. And then let's stack on top of that, it is a fully enclosed system. That's lovely. It does recommend you take the top off when you're printing regular filaments like PLA and PETG, things along those lines. I think ASA is along those lines. Sure. I mean, follow the instructions. I'm going to leave it on, and then if I need to, I'll either adjust my temperature settings for the nozzle or turn up the fans. However, the settings so far seem to be great. So, what'd you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you going to pick up a K1? Are you going to pick up the XL? Are you going to grab the accessories? Or do you have something else in your sights? Because I know I do. But the one I'm looking at is 10 times the price of this one. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Aaron with the Tatanka Enterprises. This has been the initial review of the Creality K1 flagship series of printers.